Good morning. Welcome, friends, to our daily Dharma. You can see the background's a little different this morning. I'm joining you from my house just for various reasons today. It did make sense for me to go into the retreat center. And in fact, the main reason is that IMS is taking part in something called the People's Inauguration this morning. You might want to check that out. I'll just leave it at that. And so picking up now on our theme of compassion this morning. And as I mentioned on Tuesday, yesterday we took a little detour. As I mentioned on Tuesday, going to be exploring practicing with compassion in a spatial way. So we were practice sending it out maybe through groups of people on Tuesday, and now more spatially. There's a wonderful chant. I can remember the name of it. Anyways, it's a Brahma Vihara chant, and it goes through all the Brahma Viharas and talks about sending it out above, below, and all around. So it's spatial, and this is one classic way to extend compassion or any Brahma Vihara to all beings. So let's go ahead and get right into that. Settling into your posture. Letting the eyes gently come to close. Noticing the body is right here waiting for us. Any moment that we remember, sati, to remember. Any moment we remember to bring our attention to it, it's right here in its sensational way. Gentle intention that the body soften and settle. Establishing this somatic connection to the body now, feeling it, maybe at touch points, maybe whole body. But establishing this somatic connection so that when we bring our attention to the heart center, which we're going to do now, just direct your attention to that part of your body where you feel your heart center is. And be receptive, open to receiving any sensations that you feel in that part of your body. There may be none, and that's okay. That's what you're noticing. The attention is still at that part of in that part of your body, and you're noticing the lack of sensations. Or there may be some sensations, and you notice those. If you'd like, you can place a hand over the heart center as a way to literally touch that part of your body, the heart center. We're touching it with our awareness. You can support that by literally touching it with the hand, palm of the hand. And then the other somatic way to touch the heart center is through or with the breath. Imagining that the in and out breath are entering and exiting the body through the heart center. So there may be this sense of the in-breath and the out-breath kind of washing over the heart center as it flows past it with each in and out breath. And as it flows over and kind of bathes the heart in that warm, soft breath, there may be a gentle enlivening of that area. Sometimes we can feel the breath enlivening the heart center the way a musician's breath would enliven the reed on a reed instrument. And just initially connecting with the heart in this instance, connecting to it physically, somatically, with our attention, feeling sensations there, with the hand, our hands, with the breath. And with this initial connection to the heart, turning the attention, now turning that the alive heart or the engaged heart, turning it towards the suffering in this world, connecting with, being intimate with suffering, and starting with ourselves. Bring to mind some instance or situation in the recent past, or maybe it's even current, maybe it's today, where there's some difficulty, where there is some suffering in the body, the heart and mind. And see if that experience of kind of being troubled by that, say of suffering, see if you can bring that to mind. Maybe it's felt in the body as well. What does the heart center feel like when you bring that to mind? And then the sense of touching this with our mindfulness, holding it gently and caringly, caring for that, that icky feeling in the heart when, say, jealousy arises. Caring for the fact that the body is aching or in pain in some way right now. Acknowledging the difficulty. Not just acknowledging, though, caring for it, being tender with it. And again, the feeling is analogous to how you would be with a small child who's in distress, crying, upset, suffering over something. They fell down, scraped their knee. One of their playmates was mean to them. What's that sense, right? The arms open, the heart opens and receives that pain. And then it closes, the arms close around that small body. It holds it, sense of a kind and caring mindfulness, with compassion, touching, holding the pain. Now, this all sounds good, and perhaps that's one's experience, but at other times we bring this kind of attention or try to bring this kind of attention to ourselves, and it just doesn't stick. Kind of like, hitting a wall. The heart does not feel engaged, feels cold or numb. And so in this case, can we be with that? Not try to push through it, know it. And then even, can we maybe know that with just a little bit of caring? Oh, we don't get to actually just fully control the seasons of the heart, do we? Sometimes it's like this. Not easy. Not satisfactory. Can we be with that? So it's almost like having a subtle form of compassion for the heart that can't have compassion. We can use images of the situation or just perhaps an image of ourselves. We can use phrases, all of them to support this arising, steadying, and even deepening of compassion in our hearts and minds. And now, gently letting go of any image you might have, any memory of a particular situation you brought to mind, memory, letting go of any phrases, taking a moment to just sit with the heart as it is right now. And now turning our attention to this offering of whatever compassion is present outward to all beings, but in a spatial way. It can be visual. Maybe you can envision the warm golden liquid kind of flowing outward. Maybe you kind of imagine compassion, especially with it, if there's a somatic experience of it. Maybe you might imagine that extending outwards into space. I'll offer one little technique I use. Given that I use quite a lot this somatic approach, feeling the sensations of compassion in the heart center, breathing in, feeling the sensations, and breathing out like the out breath sends those sensations and those wishes of compassion outwards with the out. With the in-breath, maybe it even draws in just a little bit, the way a wave on the ocean draws in just slightly away from the beach before it breaks and then washes up onto the beach. The in-breath drawing in slightly, and then the out-breath extending the compassion outwards. How far? However far it feels naturally to go. The in-breath maybe extends a little farther or not. Play with that. Sometimes it's done with directions, north, south, east, west, above, below. In fact, maybe I'll just offer you this chant. It's a lovely chant, which speaks to sending it to the four directions and above and below. I will abide, pervading 1/4, with a heart imbued with compassion. Likewise, the second, likewise, the third, likewise, the fourth. So above and below, around and everywhere, and to all as to myself, I will abide, pervading the all-encompassing world, with a heart imbued with compassion, abundant, exalted, immeasurable, without hostility and without ill will. And one can do that with the other Brahma Viharas as well. So this sense saturating the world, the 4 quarters, above and below, with this caring for the suffering that all beings at some point experience. May all beings be free from all forms of suffering. Thank you. Wish I could remember the name of that chant for you. Maybe I'll make a point of looking it up and tell you it tomorrow so you can find the words if you'd like. That's it for today. Good to be with you again. And yes, if you'd like to join myself and some other IMS teachers as part of the People's Inauguration, I believe our part is kicking off at 11 a.m. today. Okay, if not, I'll see you here tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.